I can't help but notice that talk about Donald Trump has replaced the weather as topic of choice at the proverbial coffee shop. Love him or hate him, conversation also extends to his supporters. Folks who call themselves normal thinking people just can't understand how anybody could like the man, let alone vote for him. Clearly, he had more than enough support, and yet his re-election as president continues to rumble with shock and dismay. I confess that I too was surprised, but shock is not the word. My view is more of fear. Where do we go from here? Trump is clearly unfit for the job. He is the antithesis of a president. He is coarse and vulgar. He has a history of chauvinism and a complete disdain for women. He lies almost compulsively, and his word is meaningless. He is that perfect example of the guy who would steal your fingers when he shakes your hand. This is not just an opinion, it is a considered conclusion based on his own words and his actions. If you don't believe me, then consider his criminal record, everything from tax evasion to rape. Clearly, the man deserves to be in jail, not the White House. And yet, there he sits, pontificating from on high, threatening the world with military power that he has at his very fingertips, and taunting everybody with his executive authority. How could so many people be duped? Well, here's the shocker for you. They weren't duped. The people who voted for Trump were simply fed up with the status quo. Trump was not their choice. He was their lesser of two evils. And that is why I fear for the future. If they could elect a man like Trump, where do we go from here? The anti-establishment movement is real and clearly has the strength to put anybody in power. That movement is here in Canada too, and growing throughout the so-called democratic world. When people struggle to pay for groceries, they get very upset with the news of record profits made by the controlling grocery companies. When banks refuse to help ordinary people, but land sinful profits quarter after quarter, the fuse is lit. When politicians get rich while in office, people can't help but wonder, who do they really serve? Our system is sick. No, it's worse. It's diseased. It is cancerous. We live in a greedy, selfish world, and the gap between the rich and the poor is no longer a gap. It is an obscene chasm. Our lust for power and wealth is in stage 4, while most people just want to get by day to day. Trump is not the mastermind. He is not the conquering hero. He is just the perfect candidate to bring down the system that is completely out of whack. The people don't want him for government. They just don't want what we have come to know as government even more. At least, that's my view. I'm Bill Martin.